How would you feel if you read a book that perfectly described your life, then said that people like you shouldn't exist?
The autistic community is silenced by narrative disempowerment. We aren't in charge of our own stories. Other people talk about us, without us, and set the terms of the conversation and the stories it is permissible to tell.
It's really hard to be autistic because there's a lot of negative stereotypes and misinformation out there.
Deficits in social interaction, lack of social reciprocity.
Imagine 5 years people comparing you to Rain Man and not knowing that.
In the beginning of my journey, I searched for books and I came across some that were geared towards curing and, trying to help stop the autism.
I was diagnosed with autism at a young age, probably around the age of 3 or so. I was always aware of it as a background thing and something that made me different, because most of the images I had of autism back then were almost universally negative. It led to a negative self-concept that was only corrected later. They always framed the idea of being autistic as being intrinsically inferior and worse than being non-autistic.
There are so many great blogs out there, but not everyone knows to search for loud hands or neurodiversity. If you just type autism into a search engine, the first results are mainly stereotypes, promotion of dangerous therapies, and outright hatred.
The library doesn't have Loud Hands Project or anything like that. What I would recommend is books written by autistic people.
Our writings reveal a vibrant and beautiful and resilient community with our own culture, rhetorics, and ways of knowing, thinking, and doing language.
It's just been such an eye-opener. It's just been so validating. If you're living with someone, you're seeing things through your own lens. But if you're reading the words of other people in a similar situation, you're seeing things through a much broader lens, and you're benefiting from the wisdom of other people.
We've curated a list of 27 books about autism acceptance, which the vast majority of libraries do not have. By supporting this project, you're helping to bring a wealth of resources to millions of people. I've been alive for 21 years, but according to the medical community, I've only been autistic for the last 6. My early intervention happened in high school, a somehow possible combination of bullying and negligence because I didn't know how to advocate for myself. We want to be there for the next generation of diagnosis. This is our early intervention.
These books are written as acts of defiance. They were also written as acts of love.
I knew there was something different about me or something wrong with me. It's helpful to know that you're not bad, you're not doing these things, because you're bad, you really can't help it, and don't let anyone make you think that the way you are is bad or wrong, because it's not, it's just different.
I wish I had those books during my childhood and teen years. I want to make sure other people have access to resources that will help them in understanding who they are as autistic people. There wasn't any loud hands out there for me when I was being told to have quiet hands. Maybe things would have been easier during my first try getting a bachelor's degree if navigating college had existed. It's really important to make sure our voices are heard. I encourage you to step up and donate so autistic people in California will be able to have books that reflect their reality positively.
Our narratives are our own, and we are taking back control of them.